Alright, it's time I give the M50s their proper review. I've had them now for about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And I've used them for probably a total of 10 hours. And I don't like them. I respect them. I respect what they are. But they're not mine. They're not for me. And my giveaway will be a burden lifted off of my chest. I'm going to go into this a little bit again. I'm a speaker guy. See those speakers? I love those speakers. I sit here, I play them, I love them. And when I put these on, they're impressive. But impressive does not mean you're going to love something. You know, a 1965 Shelby Cobra might be impressive, but when you get in it and try to drive it to work every Monday in the rain, you're going to find the flaws of having a car with no roof and rear-wheel drive and 600 horsepower. And although it's impressive and fun as hell, it's not yours. These are the most forward headphones I've ever listened to. And by forward, I mean this. You put them on your ear, and the sounds it's making are in your ear. They're right there. There's no... the sound stage is 0. These are not gaming headphones. Now, forget gaming. Forget gaming. Gaming's out of the picture. We're talking about music. The low end on these is like... if you tried to represent this set of headphones with speakers, you'd have to buy probably several 12-inch subwoofers and throw it in your system, because it's got a remarkable amount of low end. Like, I've put these on, when I first put these on before the burn-in, and they were a little bit painful, I compared them to Beats that I've never heard. Like, these are the Beats competitors. If you have a penchant for not using Beats, you put these on someone who has Beats, and they'll probably go, yeah, these are much better. But they're still the same insanity base. People also say they're going to want to buy these for portable headphones because they fold up. And they do fold. Let me mute that in case it gets pulled. So let's see. Let's see if I can fold these to the point where they're small enough to carry around. Well, I guess that would be how you'd do it. They're still pretty big. These aren't exactly a portable. And then you get to deal with the wire, which you get 30 inches of straight, and then 14 inches of coiled, and then another 8 inches of straight. So again, not really what I'd consider a portable headphone. Comfort. Let's go into comfort. They're not comfortable. They're comfortable for the first 20 minutes you have them on. And then you realize that they're not big enough. They're just not. They're not big enough. These are big enough. See if you can tell the difference in those two. The 3-knuckle test is what I've determined. If you could take 3 knuckles and stick it in your earphone, and it fits comfortably, you can get your ear in there. And you can't do it on those. But on this, I can put 4 knuckles in these. Now, some people like on-ear headphones, and these are definitely that. These are definitely on-ear headphones. I can't stand them on my head for more than an hour. At an hour, I take them off and I start rubbing my ears, sort of like to apologize for having them on there. They're very tight. They are not a forgiving. You may want to stretch these out quite a bit when you get them. The band is so big. You see how high that is? Can you see how high that is? The band is so big, I can put these comfortably on my head without extending them at all. So just like that, they go on my head and work. So if you have a smaller head, where you find that you need to not have this extended as much as other people, this is probably going to tower above the top of your head. That also means it'll accommodate giants. So Andre the Giant can come back from the dead, and he could fit in these things. I mean, that is a big headphone. Big in all sorts of stature and qualities. It is quality. Don't get me wrong, it's quality. It's probably one of the nicer headphones you'll find, sub $200. Everything's stitched nicely. The plastic doesn't feel like it's going to break. It's well indicated. But for the price you pay, it could very easily have a detachable wire. Very easily. It could easily have slightly larger pads. But they're not aiming for that. It could probably also sound a little less insane. But obviously they don't want that, because these are like the best-selling headphones in the world, and I'm telling you that I don't like them. I'm telling you they're not for me. Whether they're for you, well, that depends if you're a speaker person or a headphone person. A headphone person's going to love these. A headphone person's going to rock these all day and night, because that's all they know. And these will be the most in-your-face, just sound emitting into your ear canal. IEMs don't put sound in your ear as hardcore as these do. But it's uncomfortable. It's to the point where I was just listening to the Tiger Tank track from Inglourious Bastards from Kelly's Heroes in FLAC. And that song it's a vinyl rip. It's got pops and clicks and a buzz in the left from whatever the hell rip. The damn preamp had a buzz in it, or if they added it, I'm not sure. Point is, with these, those details were so present and so obvious that it was almost distracting. So these are very, very detailed headphones. That's my praise of them. If I mastered a track, if I was doing a mix, and I needed to know if I did something wrong, I'm going to put these on and listen through. I'm not going to wear them for 3 hours, but I'd put these on, listen straight through a track. I'd hear if my dog farted in the other room. Alright, because that's how... If these are flat, if they are a flat waveform, which they're supposed to be because they're studio monitors, the low end, first of all, best low end ever. If you're really into that sort of thing, almost a painful amount of low end, it'll be flat. But the whole bar will be up like 6 dB. That's what these feel like. These feel like someone took an equalizer and just shoved all the slots straight up to +6 or +12. And for a relaxed, sit down and enjoy music type scenario, I can't do it. I can't do it. I forced myself to do it because I had to review them. I had to give them away. I had to tell you how they are. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it for that long. I took days off and I was just like, I dreaded going back to them. So there's a review that I said I don't like something. Doesn't mean you're not going to like it. Just means if you are a headphone person, you're probably going to respect what these deliver more than me, who is a speaker far away, feel the air around your head type guy. And so I will shove those over like they're nothing. And I'll bring back these, which I just reviewed, which are the NVX Audio XPT100s, which is a stupid name. And yes, they're clones of Yogas, and yes, they're clones of Brainwaves, and yes, they're clones of Fishers. But you know what? I enjoy wearing these. They're hyper comfortable. They've got convenient features. They're bigger than the M50s only if you believe they are. They'll collapse down smaller than these do. And they flex like a bastard. So, when you put these on, I listened to that same Tiger Tank track. I played them both, back to back. And I still hear the crackling and the buzzing. But it's delivered in a way that doesn't offend my goddamn soul. These offend my soul. Which how it's almost like if someone put headphones on you and then took hammers and just started smashing the headphones with the hammers over and over and over again. Like, do you hear it? Can you hear these hammers? That's what these are. And these aren't that. I can hear every detail. It's just quieter and further away. There's actual space. When someone sings and you play a really good vocal track through these, they are somehow wedged in your brain, screaming through your eye sockets. And you gotta lower the volume on these constantly. I'm constantly lowering the volume until it's like, why are these so damn low? I can't enjoy any of it. And I put it up and then it hurts again. Where these you put on and you play anything at any volume and it's just, yes, there is a sound stage to this that is more comfortable to listen to than these. So, if you don't know if you're going to like them, if you've watched this review and you're like, well, I don't know, I should buy these, then go find a place to listen to them. Put them on your head, make sure they're broken in pair, borrow them from a friend. And if you're not sure if you're going to like these, you'll like them. Of course, they are out of the box better than these are. I've tried everything to try to make these less violently painful and annoying. I have to keep holding them in my hand and looking at them going, these are the most popular headphones. They're always recommended. Maybe I'm broken. Maybe I am doing everything wrong in my entire life. And then I realize that, no, people just, it's the Beats syndrome. It's Beats syndrome that's going around. I'm gonna have to sell prescriptions to get rid of Beats syndrome. You don't need this much low end in a headphone. It's nice that there's an option, but I wouldn't call this the be-all end-all of recommendations. I have $150 to spend on headphones. These, no. You will never see that come out of in my Reddit posts or on YouTube here in the comments. I will never recommend these to anyone who has never had a set of good headphones or has heard them before. I will always recommend something softer, quieter, a little more. I would say these are more refined. Yeah, so they're copies. So they're $80. These are still copies of Fishers, which are copies of Brainwaves, and those are all in the same price category as these. Just because they make them cheaper, they give you a cheaper box, and they give you a detachable cable that's cheaper, they don't give you a coiled wire, does not mean they're worse than these. Let's assume they're the same price. These are more comfortable. Other than folding, these have more features. The pads come off with a quarter turn. Replace the pads like that. How do you replace the pads on this? Well, you gotta tear it off the damn plastic like you do on every headphone. You gotta yank them off and spend 7 or 8 minutes gently massaging them around. Why not just do that? Why isn't this a thing that all headphones have? Can I put it back together now? I can. I'm not high. There we go. Shh, bzz, bzz, bzz. I got it back on. The wire in this is ridiculous. These are for home studio. These are for plugging in. I plug them in here and I could walk forever away. I could put these in. I mean, look at the quality of that. That's nice. It's got the spring tension. It's got a real giant quarter-inch. And I could just walk back and back and back. And I am 7.5 feet from my receiver now. And there's no stress on this. So, if I were you and you were going to walk around, don't buy those. Don't buy those with that cable. You have to do the cable mod. I'm going to link it in the description down below. There's a mod you could do. You could take your brand new headphones, rip them apart, and put a feature in that they should have had. These have no reason to have a solid cable. No headphones do. Hell, I got what the heck was the Superlux. I got the Superlux Evos that my brother's girlfriend has, and that has the most simple thing. The cable comes this far, and then it's a 3.5 millimeter, and then you plug an extension onto it. And when you walk away from something and they get yanked, it just pulls it off. Why can't they all have that? Even this is unnecessary. These are left and right. You don't want to have it run around the thing. That's fine. Makes it cheaper to build. That's fine. With this, you got to keep in mind you're running the cable. Somehow this signal is coming through this cup, through this arm, through this hinge, around the entire top, through another extension, through another hinge, down the arm, into the other cup. Okay, some people love single cables. I don't particularly care. Once they're on your head, you really don't notice anyway. But that adds cost. That adds fragility. You got to worry about if you bend this, you just stretch it too much, if something breaks along the way. Here you plug it in. You plug it in, it's done. Plug it in the side, it's done. It's compared to my 280 Pros, which I haven't had on in a while. My broken ass old 280 Pros. As much as I love these headphones, and I loved them for 9 years, are these better? I think these are more comfortable still. I'm still thinking that these 280s are just more comfortable simply because, again, larger pad. They had the same folding features as the M50s. They could fold the exact same way. They have the same fixed cable. They have the same length of cable. The sound quality, these were if they were dead flat, they were dead flat and ended at about 50 hertz. These had almost no low end at all. And very little soundstage. These have tons of low end and very little soundstage. And these have adequate low end. I'll say adequate. You could throw a bass boost on them if you like, and they'll handle it. But tremendous soundstage and comfort, and they look decent. And why can't I put this damn pad back on? Oh, I'm twisting it the wrong way. That's why, because I'm an idiot. So there's my recommendation. There's my video review of the M50s. Don't buy them. Don't buy them unless you know what you're getting into. If you have the money for these, you can get them for $100. Try them. If you don't like them, you could sell them. If you don't have $100, if you're working your way up to save money for them, make sure the hell you hear them first. Because my brother put them on. He loves them. He tried them for 20 minutes. Oh, they sound really good. Okay. But he tried them for 20 minutes. He didn't try them for 4 days. I did that. And I say NVXs all the way. I'm hoping that if I get a couple more headphones to try out, I might have 2 or 3 other options in this price range to tell you about. Some grottos, maybe something open. I haven't had anything open here. And that's my next stop. Later.